Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. And thank you to Coppin University's Center for Strategic Entrepreneurship for having us today. My name is Andy Cook. I am the Executive Director at Made in Baltimore. Made in Baltimore is a program of the Baltimore Development Corporation that is here to support local makers and manufacturers in Baltimore City and to advance Baltimore's buy local movement. I am joined today by Rashid Aziz, Executive Director at Citywide Youth Development, and Sadika Mateen, who is the manager at Frozen Desert Cafe, which is a endeavor of Citywide's. So what I'm going to do today is kind of give you a brief overview of Made in Baltimore and what we do, and then we're going to have a conversation with Rashid and Sadika about the work that they do. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see, which is this one? So, Made in Baltimore. Hopefully you all can see our website here. Madeinbaltimore.org is the landing page, the front door for our program. And at the core of our program is a business certification that any business making physical products in Baltimore City can apply for. It's completely free. And by doing so, you join the network and have access to all the different programs that we run. You can see on screen promotion for an upcoming accelerator that we've got coming. So we do business development education. As we click through, we also do a lot of promotion for companies in the network. Our lookbook last year was printed. We printed about 3,000 copies of this and distributed around the city. We do all kinds of marketing and promotion projects like this, and our pop-up stores and our social media campaigns, our PSA videos that we run occasionally, and other kinds of marketing and promotion work. But we also, if you scroll down on our webpage, host a directory of companies that are making and manufacturing here in Baltimore City. So if you were to follow through to our directory, we try and keep a profile of every company that's received the certification. So anyone interested can visit our website and find all the businesses that are making here in Baltimore. Once you click on one of their profiles, well, let's see, I'll just try it here. Pull up that tab. You get a short profile of who the business is, a quick link to their website, and a selection of products that they make there. So that's a quick overview of our website and what we do. For any companies that are interested in learning more, our website is madeinbaltimore.org. And as I said, it's completely free to join the network. Drop us a line and we can fill you in. So with that, I'm going to stop share, and hopefully we are back with Rashid and Sadika. So when we were reached out to present at this conference with Coppin here today, the thought came to mind immediately that I wanted to bring some of the Made in Baltimore members in to have a conversation with. And the first one that came to mind was Citywide Youth Development, really because, well, for many reasons. It's an incredible story, it's an incredible program, but they're also practically next door neighbors with Coppin University. So I wanted to introduce Rashid Aziz, Executive Director at Citywide, and ask Rashid if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about Citywide and the programs that you run.
Thanks for this opportunity, Andy. Good afternoon, everyone, Coppin family. My name is Rashid Aziz. I'm the Executive Director of Citywide Youth Development and also founder of multiple social enterprises, Made in Baltimore Clothing, Frozen Desert Sorbet. Citywide Youth Development, our mission is to provide solutions for crime and poverty through utilizing the tools of manufacturing and entrepreneurial skill. So we've been around for a few decades. We've created a few hundred jobs for young adults around skill training, job training, job placement, entrepreneurship. And our flagship programs are Made in Baltimore Clothing, which is an apparel brand, actual apparel industrial manufacturing program, and a retail store here in our shops. Our other social enterprise is Frozen Desert Sorbet, which the speaker after me would be letting you guys know a little about, which is an actual brand that we started over a decade ago. It also is a part of a mobile cart network, and we have 20 mobile carts that distribute our frozen desert sorbet brand, including a retail cafe that's located here at our headquarters, the Image Center. The Image Center is the headquarters for Citywide Youth Development. We're located right in the footprint of Coppin State University. We're only 2 blocks down on North Ave. Eventually, it will house opportunities in entrepreneurship and job opportunities for 80 to 100 adults and young adults right here in West Baltimore. The Image Center is an acronym for Entrepreneurs Making and Growing Enterprises. And what we wanted to do was create a creative space, an educational space, a retail space, an economic development facility that can be the flag bearer of revitalization and empowerment for West Baltimore. So in the Image Center, there is a retail cafe, Frozen Desert Sorbet. There are 4 retail shops where we partner with local makers that manufacture products as varied as kids' clothing to bath and body to women's apparel and also men's fashions. The most unique thing about the space is we have over 5,000 square feet of apparel manufacturing space, which makes us one of the largest African-American apparel manufacturers in the East Coast. It's a vertically integrated facility where we do training in apparel manufacturing. We do screen printing, embroidery, and garment construction takes place in this facility. So that's pretty much just a highlight portion of what we do here at Citywide Youth Development. And I appreciate our partnership with Made in Baltimore because they do a great job at helping to educate those in the city and create partnerships for the network.
Well, we appreciate you participating and helping us with that mission, Rashid. I mean, you said a mouthful there in that introduction. So I want to recap just so that our audience understands fully what you guys are doing. Citywide is this umbrella organization that houses a lot of different things, but kind of most notably the Made in Be More clothing brand, right? That you guys are making, manufacturing, embellishing clothing at the Image Center. And then you've also got Frozen Desert Sorbet, which you're also manufacturing the sorbet at the Image Center. But on top of that, you've got a retail cafe where people can come and buy the sorbet, a whole bunch of other food products as well. And then the sorbet also makes it out onto carts all over the city. I know we've seen it at Camden Yards in years past. Perhaps it'll be there again this year. I don't know.
We're still deciding.
Okay, yeah, working that out. But behind all of it is, this mission to create entrepreneurship opportunities for young people, correct? Using manufacturing as a kind of a medium for that. And so I kind of wanted to hand it over to Sadiq to tell us a little bit about sort of that experience. Sadiq, as I understand it, you joined Citywide a number of years ago when you were a teenager and have had a number of different roles there. Would you mind telling us a little bit about kind of your journey with the program?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sadika Mateen. Currently, I'm the manager of the Frozen Desert Sorbet and Cafe, which is located inside of the Image Center. So like Andy pointed out, I've been with Citywide for about 12 to 13 years, officially, unofficially. So I started about when I was about 11 years old. Just looking for an opportunity to pass the time on the weekends as it started out. But as I got older, I took the opportunity to empower myself and then try to give back to the generation that's coming after me. So through Citywide, I was able to learn various skills. So I learned embroidery, which I'm still working on day by day. I was able to go to the Lighthouse on Under Armour's campus, and I trained in sewing for a few months. So I've worn a couple of different hats, and then when it comes to frozen desert, I was on the carts out throughout the neighborhoods, and then as the years gone on, my responsibilities got more and more, and now I'm the manager of frozen desert.
That's super impressive. To see you, yeah, having worn so many hats, I imagine you've picked up a lot of skills in different kind of categories as you've gone through this process.
Yeah, definitely. The skills I learned, management. Management is one of the biggest keys. You know, we have to be able to plan out and understand the different operations going on throughout the day. It's definitely customer service, because you have to be able to sell a product that people are often unaware of. Just different things involving retail. Obviously, the embroidery is very technical and hands-on, and just keeping up with the latest trends and different techniques to add on. That's definitely one of the keys that I've had to learn throughout the years.
That makes plenty of sense, and I'm sure that'll continue now that things are opening up and folks, I'm sure, are going to start coming into the cafe more and more. I'm sure that's only gonna enrich and deepen as it goes.
Yeah.
Rashid, I wanted to hand it back to you and get your input on a little bit more of the origins of Citywide and why you decided to choose manufacturing as the focus of this program.
The origins of Citywide, it's been about over 20 years. The goal, as we saw it, and we saw the impact, went to school in the mid-90s, North Carolina Central University. And really that's pretty much where the origins of the two vehicles that we use right now to create an empowerment programs around economic development kind of emanated from the same space. I was a student at North Carolina Central University. Initially, my focus was on engineering, but yeah, I like the problem solving aspect of engineering. And once I realized that it was the problem solving that I like and not necessarily the task of being an engineer, I wanted to focus my problem solving idea and mindset around creating solutions for crime and poverty. Now, you know, in the African American communities, the inner city communities primarily. So I went to school, we were involved in fashion, we like being fly. So it's like, hey, look, I can utilize this fashion thing, develop a system around manufacturing, because in North Carolina was the bedrock and the foundation for apparel manufacturing in America. Most of the textile mills, Burlington Industries, Cone Mills, et cetera, are located in the middle of the Carolinas. And so I saw the impact that manufacturing fabric has, the impact that manufacturing happened when it started to move away from those rural towns and simultaneously going to cities and seeing the impact of manufacturing leaving go domestically and going internationally, and how they were making these towns destitute. So, but at the same time, enriching countries and continents in Asia, you know, Vietnam, Taiwan, China, Japan. We're building economies simultaneously by manufacturing products that we didn't manufacture in America anymore. So my idea became, hey, we can utilize this creativity we have around fashion. While I was there, an individual had a mobile Italian ice business. And so while I was going to school learning the business of fashion industry, I was at the same time volunteering with the Italian ice company called New York Flavor Ices, and seeing the impact that they were having around creating opportunities for unskilled young adults to be able to make money and engage in entrepreneurship. So I kind of brought those two things together and wanted to utilize those two things as a vehicle to tap into unskilled youth that have an alternative and create an alternative for them to doing illegal activities but being able to make money and learn about entrepreneurship on a basic level through our sorbet, which later became our sorbet enterprise. And on the other hand, those that wanted to take the time to develop skill training to come in and learn how to develop and manufacture apparel, putting those two things together to develop economies for the inner city and therefore change. So that's pretty much the origins.
Well, you answered another question I had, which was why clothing and sorbet at the same time seemed like kind of unlikely partners, but that makes a lot of sense. And I know that, the Image Center really is a brand new thing. It's just opened up within the last couple months. Can you talk about like how you decided on the placement, how you decided where it was going to be? I know there was a journey. You were in multiple locations over the years.
Yeah.
How did you end up at where you are on North Ave?
Well, the summarized version is there was a gentleman that had the building. Affectionately, we know him as Little Melvin. Melvin Williams had a lot of hats that he wore in Baltimore, some positive, some negative. And he was trying to do some things around creating opportunity for those in the community that were trying to make a difference. And because of his checkered past, he really didn't get a lot of momentum and support from a lot of philanthropic or city agencies. He had passed about 5 summers ago, and we approached his family about housing our Economic Development Center, the headquarters for our program, Citywide Youth Development, in that building. And because of our partner, so that's why we chose the building. It was really almost a legacy piece for what Melvin Williams was trying to do later in life. But also being centrally located in West Baltimore, only a few blocks from Freddie Gray, only 2 blocks from the Freddie Gray incident that happened at Penn North, only 2 blocks from Kaplan State University, only a few blocks away from Mondawmin and Douglas High School, Carver High School. So the central location of the center where people could work and live in close proximity, it just was ideal for us. And we were blessed to have an opportunity to partner with Under Armour 4 years ago, Under Armour Lighthouse. And we're in a position where we could go there and train and learn industrial manufacturing techniques and skills with young adults in our program and with our staff. And with that capability, we were allowed and built the momentum to be able to get this facility built with the help of a lot of partners, the state of Maryland, Baltimore City, BDC specifically, Able Foundation, France Merrick Foundation. So we had a lot of people step up to support us in building this incredible 10,000 square foot economic development center that's checking a lot of boxes that, especially for a very impoverished area like West Baltimore. You can live where you work, you have job training opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities. You have a healthy food desert where we have healthy food alternatives. There's not a lot of Black-owned enterprises in the area where we have 4 retail shops where we support, at this point, about 7 to 8 different entrepreneurs and carry their products that they manufacture. So it's really a unique space. I encourage, the Coppin family to come out and support, or anyone watching this video. We're only 2 blocks away. We'll soon have outdoor dining, but right now we have indoor dining. And it's a beautiful multi-million-dollar center.
I mean, I can't echo that enough. It is incredible sight to behold when you get there. I mean, all the things that you guys are doing in the Image Center are so impressive, and I think it's going to be such a transformative thing to come to West Baltimore. It's really, really amazing. I want to give Sadiq one more opportunity to speak before we wrap up here. Sadiq, you are one of the one of the young people that is learning about so many different aspects of business and entrepreneurship through this. What's next for you? What are you thinking about for Frozen Desert Cafe? What are you thinking about in terms of your career? What's important to you right now?
Well, so like I said, my goal right now is just to keep building myself, adding on various skills throughout the years, and just continue to give back to the generation that's coming after me. A lot of times kids grow up in the city and they don't have many good role models to look up to. So just kind of setting myself up to be a role model for the youth that are growing up throughout the neighborhoods. Many people have been able to see me grow throughout the years, from being on the cart all the way up to being a manager in the cafe with little to no interactions with the law enforcement. I never had to go through any of the system like that. So kind of a different path to success, as you could say.
Cool. Well, I hope that it just keeps climbing for you. I want to thank both of you guys for joining us. We're just about time. If folks are interested in learning more about Citywide or the Image Center, Rashid, can you tell them where to find it?
Yeah, please. You can visit us. Well, our physical location is 2132 West North Avenue. Again, that's 2132 West North Avenue. We're 2 blocks away from Coppin State. The facility is called Image Center. That's spelled E-M-A-G-E Center. That acronym means Entrepreneurs Making and Growing Enterprises. You can't miss the building. It's a big old image on the front of the building. So they can also check us out on social media, Citywide Youth Development, the name of the organization, Frozen Desert Sorbet, or Made in Be More Clothing. You can go to frozendesertsorbet.com and order. We do delivery. We have paninis, salads, pizzas, etc. Or you can purchase some of our manufactured apparel at madeandbemoreclothing.com. Or if you want to keep up with our activities, you can visit us on Facebook in any of those names: Citywide Youth Development, Frozen Desert Sorbet, Made and Be More Clothing, on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Perfect. Thank you, Rashid. Thank you, Sadiq. Appreciate you guys joining us for this conversation. I'm looking forward to the Q&A with our audience afterwards. I think that's it. So long, everybody.
Appreciate the opportunity, Andy.
Thank you very much.